Alright, what is up, guys? So, I am not exactly prepared, but because someone commented on my YouTube video yesterday while I was streaming and said, hey, this is how you can trade pre-market, after hours, first couple minutes of the day, and I figured it out yesterday. I couldn't figure it out while I was right before I went live. I was like, I can't figure it out, but so I figured it out. If you right click on the watch list, there, boom, adjust position, and you can get in and out pre-market. The only thing that I don't like about it is obviously, since it's not an order execution, it doesn't go into the order execution file. So when you go to upload it into TraderView, you still have to do it on a spreadsheet. So you still need to write down, your entries and exits, prices, quantity, and all that stuff. So last night when I did it, I put in, let's see, I was watching NNVC. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy 1,000 shares at 220 or 1220. It was like right here, at 1220. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna leave it there because I honestly think this thing's going to spike up or gap up because I mean, it had a big gap down here, but then it gapped up here, gapped up here. Yesterday it was very volatile. So I was like, you know what, I'll hold that 1,000 shares. I did, check it later, and I was like, ooh, I'm going to get out at 14. And then I was like, well, if it gets to 15, I'm going to sell at 15. And then I left the other half. So, I was honest with that. I got rid of 25 or 250 shares at 14, 250 shares at 15. And then this morning, I wake up, and I checked it from my phone, and it was like, it had touched 18. It's like, all right, well, if it gets to 18 again, I'm going to sell another 250, and then the rest I'll let go. So it hits 18 here, blows past it, and then see, when I finally looked at it again, it was somewhere up in this range. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to sell the last of it at, you know what, I think it was on this candle, and I watched it here, yeah. So I sold the last of it at like 1940. But that's pretty cool, man. I'm super excited about being able to do that. I mean, obviously people could use it, to bullshit their way into like, hey, this is how much I make, blah, blah, make it fake, but whatever. If you're not honest with yourself, nothing really matters. I'm not out to get a whole bunch of followers. I'm just, trying to learn and do this for myself. So the fact that worked was pretty cool. And then I made a few trades right here. It came back. Touch 17 here. I did it again. I bought like 1,000, or maybe it was only 500 shares, and I sold like 250 up here and 250 up here, and it came back down. Drew this line here. I was like, well, if it comes all the way down to 1680, I'll get back in. Sure enough, touches 1680. I sold at 17 and 1720. I should have held some of it because it's taking off. Of course, now I feel like I'm chasing. Plus you got this kind of like lower high thing going on here. So I'm definitely going to be looking to trade it in the first like minute or two of the day. We could definitely see a $20 touch today. I mean, if it gets all the volume, we could see, we could just see it go parabolic. But anyways, I wanted to share that for you. I have literally not looked at the gap scanner or anything because I was too busy trading. Okay, let me get a quick snap of this gap scanner real quick. Boom. Okay, so this is the gap scanner in NVC, second on the list already, 2 million float. Definitely going to be trading that. Pull up my other charts over here. Alright, let's see what that top gapper is. CPSH. Ugh. Not very pretty. It's like the volume 31,000. Should have looked at that. VXRT, we've traded that one before. VXRT. Okay. Yeah, so I already got an alert set for a $1 break from probably back here on this day. I like to set alerts and so I don't have to watch them, that when the alert gets hit, you pull it up real quick, see what's going on, go from there. LLIT, we've traded that one the past couple of days. It's looking really nice. Let's add an alert set for 282 break. Obviously, it's gapped up above that. It's 15 million in float, so it's a little higher than I'd like to trade. VXRT is 6.8 million float. So we'll definitely keep that on watch. The next three stocks are like above 25 million, so that's a little high for me. CBLI, we've definitely traded that in the past week. It's got a nice little gap up. 300,000 shares traded, 11 million float. Let's see, $4. Yeah, so I need to start putting these on my watch list. Actually, let's go over the watch list real quick and take stuff off that we don't think we're going to be trading. So DTSS, that was yesterday's spike and halt, spike and halt. This is the one I got crushed on yesterday. So sitting right here in this halt, holding 5,000 shares, I was up $2,600. Sorry about that. I was up 2,600, holding 5,000 shares here, and it opened and just dropped to $4. I got filled at 401 with 5,000 shares in at 493. So that was almost a $5,000 loss. That was super disappointing. I did finish green pretty decent just because of my two pen and paper trades. Let's pull over the trader view real quick. So I finished 2,700 in the green. Trades. So yesterday, VVNT at the open, 1,000 at 20. Okay, those are, oh wow, it actually added them together. So the first one I had to put in pen and paper, and that was this trade here. This is what I did in the simulator. So the first one here, 1,000 at the break of 20. You know, I'm jumping in 20, and it moved so fast there was no getting out like quickly. So I mean, it popped to like 21.35. I was like, okay, I'm selling half there, and then it popped up at 23, and I'm like, all right, 250. 23.50, and then it started coming back down. I was like cutting out $23. Boom. So that first trade was very good. I think I lost money on most of the other trades. So I made a little bit here. Well, in at 64, 94, 52, 52, 24. So I probably lost a little there. I made a little there, not a lot. 21, 20. I lost money there. That trade. So, anyways, I finished up 1,900 on the ticker, and then SINT. Okay, that was the other one I traded at the open. So 6,000 shares at 260, selling at 275, 273, 280, 287. So, and see, I mean, you could tell that, like, I'm trying to be completely honest. You know, it pops up, it hits a mark. As it's coming down, I'll sell some just to reduce risk. Pops back up, I'll sell more, you know. So let's see. Let's go back to going over the watch list so we can eliminate some of these stocks. So DTSS, I don't expect it to do anything today, so I'm just going to take it off the list. Oh, come on. I like it to be in alphabetical order. Makes it easier to find them when I'm trying to trade quickly. MGEN. Yesterday it was like the big gap up, but it didn't really do anything. It just stayed, you know, sideways. I've not really liked this ticker since it came on the map, so I'm just gonna take it off. We know we're gonna be trading NNVC probably. RKDA. Man, was I disappointed on this one. So I quit trading yesterday, like 10.15, 10.25, something like that. And look at this beautiful move here, man. If I would have been here for that break of, you know, this triangle and the VWAP, oof, I would have went in probably, I don't know, 3,000 shares. And a move up like that, oof, that would have been beautiful. But I missed it. Today, I don't think it's going to do anything. There's no pre-market volume. It's sold off. So, we'll put an alert at like 875. If it breaks 875 or 575, if it breaks 575, we'll give it a look. But I'm gonna take it off the list. SIN. Come on now. SPY likes to kind of mess with the charts a little. It takes a little bit for that information to be pulled up. So SINT, ugly on the daily chart yesterday, but it gave us a great move at the open. But then kind of sold off, so I'm not going to be watching it. VVNT. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, well the VVNT is the IPO. So I'll be watching that for a break over 20. Set an alert. Set it just a couple pennies before. Alright. Where's my gap scan? So we had VXRT. Then we had CBLI. AHPI. Did we already look at that one? AHPI. The volume's pretty light. It's like 88,000 shares, but it's 2 million in float. Okay, I was about to say it does sound familiar because we traded it here and probably this day under 4 or under 5. So yeah, it's definitely going on the watch list because it's on the gap scan. People's going to be watching it because it's low float and previous history of spiking in the past 5 days. So okay, let's see. What is Deck talking about? He's still talking about NMVC. It is the #1 gap now on his gap. Alright, so 9:22, we got about 8 minutes, a little less than 8 minutes to market open. I'm going to switch over to his commentary for the last 8 minutes. He might go over some of the news and stuff, and he'll definitely talk about what he's going to be watching and stuff like that. So good luck, everybody. Today's the last day of January. Monday, I will reset this account to $30,000, and I'm going to have rules for myself. I'm going to try to trade less than 5 trades a day. I can trade 5 tickers, or I can trade 1 ticker 5 times, but I'm going to try to take less than 5 trades a day because I want to be able to find the A quality setups, the A quality trades, get in them, get profit, get out, walk away. Because, I mean, just like yesterday, I was up almost, well, I mean, with my pen and paper trades and everything included, while I was up 2,600, I would have been up like $5,000. But then, snap of a finger, I lost $5,000. So, I just need to hone in my skills better before I go live. And my wife and I have been talking about, getting some money to go live. So, that could come. That's definitely going to come this year. I just don't know if it's going to come, soon or in the middle of the year, or it will definitely be funded by October. October is like the cutoff. If I'm not funded by October, I'm going to be upset, but I'm like 90% sure we'll be funded by October. So anyways, I'm going to switch over to Deckmar, let him take over commentary. Good luck, everybody. I'll come back on at the end of my trading, talk about what we've done. So sweet. Thanks for watching.
It's going to be a little tricky to try to figure out if the stock had like a really big dump. Like right now, it's at $18. Let's say it had a really strong dump. It would either be probably this area right here of $15.95, $15, or it's going to be one of these bottom lower shadows. But I mean, if it comes all the way down here, that's so low. We probably don't like if it comes all the way down like $13 or so, that's so low. $15 and maybe $15.88 is a lot reasonable. So maybe that $15.88 or $16 mark would be like a really nice, bottom bounce if that stock ever came all the way down towards that $16 area. But I mean, that's asking for a little much as the stock is currently above like $2.29 of it. But let's take a chat vote. Let's take a chat vote, and let's say, what do you think NNVC is going to do at the start of the day? What do you guys think NNVC is going to be doing at the start of the day? Do you guys think NNVC is going to spike right away? Why would it spike right away? Well, the stock is, the hottest supernova of 2020 so far. NNVC, hot coronavirus. NNVC, press release last night. NNVC, all eyes on this play. Is this stock going to spike right at the bell, or is it going to fall? I don't know, Deck. We touched support 3 different times already, and if this stock comes back down, I think it's going to get a crack. I don't know, Deck. Right now, it's hitting $18. I think people are going to lock in profits. I think the people who swung this overnight are going to lock in their gains right at the bell, and then it's going to come crashing on down. We can maybe look for a dip on this play. Deck, I think it's going to be one that maybe is going to, drop right away and then start spiking later on this afternoon. Let's see what the chat's thinking. So NNVC, will this spike to $19 plus at the start of the day, or will it crash first? So we're going to go with spike, crash, and now let's see what the chat room thinks. Let's see what you guys think. Let's see what you guys are focused on here. Also, little heads up, guys. I can keep the chat room open 24/7 at this time as well. So for all you guys, the chat room is not going to be coming down. You guys can log in at all hours of the night and jump right back on chat. That does not mean the live stream will be open 24/7. That's only when I'm going to be streaming and talking. But at the same time, you guys will be able to, talk in the chat room throughout the night hours, whenever you guys want. So that's, very good news that, you guys are always going to be able to chat it up, and whenever you guys, want to, you guys are all good. There you go, Chad. All as long as all the jokes are stock commentary. All right, so let's see what everyone's focused on here, guys. Everybody cast your vote. We got about 30 seconds here. I'm actually going to switch out the scanners. Let's have an awesome Friday. Whenever I do trade as well, I'm gonna get into a habit of always like recording the webcam, so I can always turn it into a lesson or a video, especially when I get those big gains that everyone loves to watch and see. Yep, turn your EXT today. Thank you very much. All right, cast your vote if you guys have not in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. NNVC, will this spike to $19 at the start of the day, or will it crash first? And we have right here 53% of chat saying it's going to spike, and we have 46% of chat saying that it's going to crash. So it's not a clear-cut answer right here. It's pretty close. It's a pretty close poll at this moment. Almost along the lines of, almost along the lines of a 50-50. So that doesn't, help us too much. Usually you guys are correct with the, like, whenever we place what stock's going to do the best. But sometimes these come out to like 50-50s. So am I going to buy in right at the start of the day? No, I am going to sit out at the start of the day and just kind of give it some time. From there, I'll see what's going to be coming on up. From there, I'm going to see where the best volume is going to be at and some of the best activity. But I'm going to be sitting back, starting off right here, see where this play is going to be heading. 9:29 right now. Market opens up in about 45 seconds. Let's do it, team. Let's get after it. Let's be able to make some money today. I'm fired up. I'm excited, and I hope you guys are as well. No, I didn't talk about DTSS too much. DTSS, if it starts like actually moving, we'll see it on the high of the day momentum scanner. This stock had a little gap up at first, but nothing really on DTSS. Don't really worry about this play too much. I mean, if this play, starts crossing $3, $3.50, we'll definitely be aware of it. Top gainer of yesterday, but not too much going on right now. My number one concern is NVC, is going to be NNVC to see if this play is going to be able to get that nice big break and get that nice run for us. All right, guys, market is live. Let's have a good one, team. Let's see what's going to be coming on up here. NNVC, all eyes on the level 2. If this does start breaking, lock in anything above $19. Let's see. We're coming up towards $19. We have not been able to break $19. It's currently at $18.89. NNVC, watch it a little break. There's a $19 touch. Anything above $19, lock in a little something. Right now, bids are currently at $19. Woo, the chat was right. The chat was right. The majority of the chat was right. We did see the quick little $19 break, but we know how scary $19 is, right? So a lot of traders are going to lock in some gains anywhere around that $19 area. So a lot of traders are going to lock in gains right along that $19 area. Right now, the stock's having a little bit of this pullback. We got to see if it's going to be able to hold that $18 mark at this point. VXRT trying to get a little hype. I'll put that on the bottom level too. And as we talked about, guys, a lot of these other little plays are going to follow what NNVC does. So if NNVC starts blasting off to the moon, starts taking off, and everyone's just buying NNVC, and everyone's wanting a part of NNVC, well, these little plays are going to be moving as well. Any coronavirus plays are going to run with NNVC. Little side note: CPSH also getting some volume. CPSH also getting some volume. This was the earnings play. This was bouncing back and forth with NNVC as the number 1 and number 2 top gainer. This is running off of an earnings report. This stock has some 215 resistance, but it's slowly starting to break that down. It is starting to get a little bit of volume. Has a 37 new high of the days and has had about a 70-cent move. Has had about a 70-cent move so far. I'll put CPSH back on the bottom level too if you guys are looking at that play. So right now, we want to see if if NNVC is going to be able to hold $18. If it cracks $18, I'm going to be looking maybe for a bounce play back down towards around like the $16 area, something right along that mark. CPSH is trying to come back on down a little bit. That would be $2 support, $2.25 resistance. Right now, my number 1 concern is still over on NNVC. So my number 1 play is over on NNVC. You're probably going to get a little bounce, I think, at around the 1670-ish mark where it was before, but I want to actually see a little bit of a crack and then look for an entry. But right now, NNVC is still above $18, still has good hype, still has good momentum. Me personally, would like to see a crack on this play, and then I can look for a nice entry on this stock. So that's kind of what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for the dump. I've been waiting for a little bit of a crack, and then I can always go from there. But right now, NNVC is seeing some sellers. $75. I think it would have like another dollar drop, and that would also be the old area of about 3 days ago where the stock closed at, right around that 16, right around that $16 area or that 15 like 80 mark. So I think if the stock does crack and can't hold this current support line, which is right around this like 1675, 1680 mark, I think it's going to drop another dollar or so, and that's ultimately where I would like to see it. CPSH also starting to come on down a little bit. I'm being smart here, though. I'm not going to be, buying up at the top. If anything, I'll look to buy at the bottom. I don't want to buy at the top. There's so much more risk at the top. So if anything, I'll wait for the stock to crash on down, look to pick it up at the bottom, and go from there. Offshore trader out for now, looking to re-enter $9,441. What are you doing, offshore trader? You're absolutely killing it. Awesome work. Yeah, dancing. There you go. I would be dancing too. I don't blame you. A little bit of a crack. And as I said, what was that old area? Yeah, so I'd be looking down towards around $16 to $15.85 for a bounce play. if this stock, can come on down towards these areas. So I just want to, look and be set for that. If the stock does start dropping really quickly, I think we could get a nice bounce play. So I'm looking for the low bounces. Right now we fell on through, and I'm looking for the old area from the past few days ago. And that's, right along this line. So right here, NNVC still following exactly what we want at this time, but you could see where the stock closed a few days ago. That's where I think, the next bounce play would be. And it's nice to try to get it at those absolute lows. So, if we can nail the absolute low and buy, right on support, we just have obviously a lot of opportunity on the upside. AVK $2,032. You guys are banking on this NNVC spike. Absolutely banking on this NNVC spike. That is awesome. So right now, let's see what else we have really quickly. CPSH, CPSH starting to fall. So nothing there. And NVC back down towards around the $16 or 16.70 area. And basically, again, what I am looking at is really just more of that bounce play at the previous area back on 127. 127, the old close, we call that detailed support. And detailed support would be right at that previous close area. So just want to kind of make it simple for everyone to understand what my thought process is here. So right now we're all good, still waiting, still watching. Oh, ABK. Oh, you're referring to Amazon. I thought that was a profit. My bad, boss. But still, hey, awesome job. We'll forget you ever said that part, okay? So right now we're looking for NNVC to get its kind of next drop to its next level. LOIT, Jim, that's going to do whatever like NNVC does. NNVC is the leader here. Okay, so think about it like that. NNVC is queen bee. If NNVC spikes, you're going to have like LLIT spike. If NNVC spikes, that's when you see VXRT spike. So notice VXRT spiked a little bit, and now it's starting to fall on down. Now, why is it starting to fall on down? Well, because NNVC spiked in the morning and fell on down. Just like LLIT, this play didn't really get too much volume, but this started falling on down as well. Like, notice how on the daily chart as well, they almost all have the same pattern. So if I look at NNVC right here, I see kind of this like choppy way all the way on up right here towards these highs. We can look at the same exact thing going at CBLI if we want to look right here. If we want to look at LLIT, the choppy all the way on up right here. We can look at the same exact thing, NVAX, the choppy kind of move right here. I know they're slightly different, but they're all like definitely very similar. So right now, NNVC, we're still kind of waiting for that drop on this play. We're going to see if this play is going to drop, because if NNVC could drop on off, that would be very nice, because as I always say, I'd much rather buy in at the lows than look for a breakout, just because I limit my risk. So we're going to see right here if we can get that bounce right off the previous close back on January 27th, and that would be detailed support. The old close detailed support. So that's where we want to be looking for our bounce play. And that's also, as you guys know, looking at the chart, that the channel obviously has cracked. So I think we're going to get one nice little crack here, and that's where we could start bouncing on up. Now, if the stock starts making some sort of U-shaped pattern, some sort of red to green move, that's where also NNBC could get some activity. No, I'm not looking at 1532. I'm more looking around like Trade Ideas has this like little red line as well. I'm looking more between like $16 to like 1585 ish, like that area. So more around this area. But right now it's kind of coming down to a waiting game, coming down to a little bit of just patience here to see, where the stock is going to be going, see if we can get a nice little drop and of course, be able to go from there. I do, of course, want to look at the chart, see what we have. Where's, some old support lines. I just feel like $12 is just really low. I feel like that $12 area is just, way too low. That's why I just want to see if we are going to get this little tank here. Came on down close towards, the crack of $16. Hasn't gotten it. No cigar yet. Close, but no cigar yet. And the thing is, guys, NNVC, if this play cracks, like it's okay. I think this play, has a lot of potential. So even if you're not comfortable right now, I do think this play has a lot of potential for this afternoon. And that's when we could possibly see a nice breakout as well. Now, the number one thing to always be looking at while looking for a play is to watch the level two. Obviously, when looking at the level two, we are seeing where people are willing to buy at versus where people are willing to sell at. So right now in the bids, the stock is currently right around 1660. We need to see the bids drop below 1650. Dropping below 1650 shows weakness, and then obviously all the way back down to like 1620, 1610. That's where we're going to start seeing a lot more people look to sell. And you can actually see on the chart, it came on down right above that area, up towards around 1610. Didn't really drop that low. I do want to change this chart time frame for a little bit and see if there's any other support areas. Again, that's kind of the best support area I'm seeing. Maybe 1542-ish. Maybe it could go a little bit lower, down towards like 1542-ish. But I think again, 1585-ish area should be nice. But you guys can also see like right here. So look at this old area. That's where the stock is going to maybe look for a bounce as well. So it's kind of like those areas is what I'm really looking forward to for the possibility of a bounce play. So we do see in our past, we do have those old resistance lines. Old resistance should hold up as new support, but right now it's already trying to get a little bit of a bounce. Not even from coming all the way back on down. It came on down towards like 1615, just went on almost like a dollar move. I was not in on that. I want something a little bit lower. So look, be smart because we want to get in as low as possible. We'll see if this is going to be able to hold on up at this time. And then we will be going from there. But so far, it's been definitely a solid play. We've definitely seen a lot of solid activity, throughout this play. But NNVC is going to be the number one we're going to be focusing on. Number one play we're going to be focusing on. SPY, guys, SPY looks like it is starting to tumble a little bit. SPY is looking like it's starting to tumble. And you can see it, kind of we're looking to go down the other side of the hill, the other side of the mountain. So make sure you guys are keeping that on watch. I do kind of want to adjust this. Say NNVC support is at either, I'm thinking 1585 or 1550. 1550 is safer for an entry as it is lower, but it may not be hit. So those are kind of that's where I'd want you guys to definitely just be aware of those two areas for those bounce plays coming on up. So let's give it a few seconds here, a few minutes to see if that is going to. All right, right now we are good, not touching anything at this moment, guys. Not in on any play, not in on anything at this time. LLIT, starting to get a little bit of activity. We know how Fridays are. We know how Fridays are. Fridays sometimes get very difficult to trade. I have not made one trade yet today. So I have not made one trade yet today at all. Nothing that I'm in on currently. And just waiting to see what's going to be coming on up. So just want to be open, honest, credible, transparent. You guys can see P&L 0 out of 0. So 0 out of 0. I have not pulled the trigger on anything yet. (9:48), 18 minutes in. It's early though, guys. And again, thank you for everyone who's joining us on this joining us for this Friday. Also, I hope everyone is going to have a wonderful weekend. Obviously, it's the Super Bowl, and we should be able to have some fun there. I usually do a little Super Bowl giveaway, so make sure you guys are following me on my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. All right, guys, right now we are seeing NNVC come back down a little bit lower. And we're going to see how low this thing can come on down to. Safer entries are down towards around the 1550-ish mark. And you can scale in, which would be like putting in orders a little above 1550, all the way below 1550. It does have the upper shadows from the previous spikes, more around like 1585. But those are going to be a little bit more tricky. It may be 1585, it may be 1550. Safer entry would be more towards 1550. If 1585 hits, I wouldn't be surprised if it does bounce right there, but it kind of just comes down to what you're thinking on a game plan. Right now, we can see the bids are currently at around 1657. If it starts cracking that 1650 mark, that's where I think it's going to get a little weaker. But I am looking for a bounce play on this Friday. And that's kind of my game plan behind these plays. Look for that quick little bounce and see if the stock's going to be able to bounce back on up and be able to make us some nice money. As I said, I'm $1,500 away this week from making a $10,000. So only $1,500 away from making a $10,000 gain. I do think a crack's going to be coming. Little heads up, guys. Be careful. I do think a crack's going to be coming. If you guys look at this chart, we are building a little bit of lower lows here. We are building a little bit of lower lows here. So we may see a crack soon. As we do know, lower lows usually lead to the stock, getting some sort of dump. And it's all coming down, kind of looking at these past areas. Looking at these past areas. We just need to, of course, be ready for it. And again, looking at all the different support lines here, guys. Top of the upper shadows around 1585. So top of the upper shadows around 1585. Main support's right at 1550, and then below that is all the way at the $15 mark. So this whole $15 region is going to get a little crazy, get a little cluttered, get a little crowded. This whole $15 region. Going to get a little crazy. It's going to get a little cluttered around here. But it really is upper shadows right around 1585. We have kind of our main candles right along this 1550 mark. And then obviously we're going to have some bottom candles or actual kind of natural support right along that $15 mark. So that's why I think, we have so many different lines of support that you guys, should be able to see a bounce. And it's kind of really coming to say, what bounce play do you want? Do you want 1585? Do you want 1550 or $15? And I know that's a whole dollar spread, so it makes it a little bit difficult. It kind of just comes down to, what you're thinking is actually going to be able to hold on up or not. The lower you go, obviously, the safer you go. So the lower you go, the safer you are. But at the same time, the lower you go, the better chance you have of not getting filled. That makes sense for everyone? So the lower you go, the better chance you have of having success. But also, the lower you go, the better chance you have of not getting filled. So here's that 1585 starting off with. This would be if some traders are thinking that's going to be the best bounce play. Let's see how low this is going to be able to go down towards, guys. So I'm adjusting. I want to go a little lower. I'm adjusting. I'm not going after 1585 most likely to start because I think again lower would be better. 1550 actually towards $15. I think 1550 towards $15 because I would like to actually see a decent crack here. So that's more where I'm going to be adjusting towards. Let's see how low this is going to go. Still 1575 is battling. 1575 is battling right here. You can see it all on the level 2. I'm adjusting to go a little bit lower because the lower we go, the lower the risk we have. The lower we go, the lower the risk, but also the better chance of us not getting filled. So it's trying to find that happy balance. It's trying to find that happy balance right here. Right now, we still have 1575-ish holding up pretty well. 1575-ish area still holding up pretty well at this time. I'm not in on this play at this moment. Looking a little bit lower, more towards 1550 and below, down towards $15. But right now, 1575. If you guys are like, hey, Deck, I think this play is actually going to be more around this area, it has the upper shadows. So the upper shadows are still holding that play up right now. Let's switch back over towards the 2-minute time frame so we can see this a little bit better. Right now, 1575-ish area, still holding. Still holding right now. And if you guys are in on this, not bad, not shabby. Not shabby at all. Hey, trying to re-break 16 bucks. Let's see if it can. If it can get a little bit of that re-break of the $16 area, you guys be able to make some nice profit. Just be smart with your trading as well. Don't get greedy on a day like today. Obviously, I know a lot of us are trying to, nail this bottom bounce play. And a lot of us are trying to say, okay, is it 1585? Is it 1550? Or is it back down towards $15 support? Right now, 1585 has been pretty killer. Right now right now that 1585 mark's been pretty solid. You see the bids back up towards around that $16 area right now. And even if you just have a small gain, not bad to lock in. D Wood Trader, excuse me, DYNT, any thoughts? Let's check it out real quick. DYNT, look at the live stream right now. 200-day moving average, right at 126. So 200-day moving average right at 126. That's going to be holding on up. You can't touch that play until it gets back above 126. Now, if you're saying, "Oh, Deck, I missed my bounce play," I mean, there definitely is potential for this thing to go lower, in the near future. Sometimes you get these little bounce and then another drop even lower. A little heads up, I am not in on NNVC right here, but 1585 so far. Good job. Good job so far. There you go, Maxwell. Left a little on the table, looking for the 340 bounce. 290, I'll take it. What play was that in? But again, good job making a quick little profit. And again, everyone look at the live stream right here. Look at the live stream. If you're wondering how we knew that area or one of the areas, is all we have to do is look at the past spike. So the past spike back on 1-27, the upper shadows right here were right at 1585. So right here, the upper shadows were right at 1585. Right here, a lot of support was at 1550, and then all the way right here, it's more towards around like 1510. So we have three different lines of support: 1585, 1550, and then that 310ish mark, or 1550, excuse me, which is all different lines of support. It kind of just comes down to which one you think's the best one. And as of now, NNBC 1585 was the one that worked out best. I just want to make sure you guys all understand what was going on there. I just want to make sure you guys all understand what was going on there and kind of what was our thought process behind that. But NNBC, good job if you guys got this bounce. So far, it's almost $1 bounce. Look at that. So far, almost a whole $1 bounce right there. So great job, great work. And right now, NNBC's had a whole dollar bounce. Oh, look at that, guys. Nice bounce play. Shout out to the traders who got that. Shout out to the traders who got that. Nice bounce play right there, guys. Move that over a little bit, make this a little bit bigger. Look at this. Look at NNBC right here. Nice bounce play, guys. Down towards around that 1585 mark. Good work. So nice bounce. Good work. Good job there if you guys got in. And that's the thing. It's like we lower our bounce play, we have a better chance of not getting filled. Right? That's how it happens. We lower our bounce, we have a better chance of not getting filled on the bounce. But, also if we do get filled, we are buying at a lower price. So you got to find the balance. You got to find the balance of of saying, hey, you know what? This is going to be a breakout play for me and I want to get in when I can. Or this is a play that I'm trying to nail all the way at the bottom and risk, missing out on it. There you go. Top Gun just made $3,000 on the 1590 bounce. I sold at $17. Sheesh. What is going on? You animals. There you go. Shout out to Top Gun. So again, great work, great job. Top Gun was right on target. Ha. Ha. You're like, Deck, even for you, that one was a little bad. All right, what about this one? Top Gun, he was just oh, hold on, what was it? Top Gun, he's just cruising right to those profits. Anyone? That one's not that bad. That one's a decent emoji, like you don't even care about me. Oh, buddy. Rough day at the Deckmar Trades house. All right, good job so far. Good job on that bounce so far. Probably if it does bounce though now, guys, it's probably going to go lower than that 1585-ish mark. I would probably expect a little bit lower. Since it already bounced at that 1585 mark, we'd probably look at a bounce at the lower areas in case it did crack on down. So I don't think it would bounce there again. If it comes back on down, that's where it would probably go lower. But we may actually even see a little bit of a red to green move. Let's get rid of this. Let's clean this up a little bit. Okay, we got to clean some stuff up. We got a little bit of this resistance right here. That's from pre-market. Okay, we know again support could be down towards around that $15 mark. Or do that downtrend. Let's take off pre-market. Let's go back to a 1 minute chart. 1 minute chart right here, and let's look to add the VWAP indicators. VWAP. So look at this right here. We are seeing NNVC try to get a little action because it's trying to break that VWAP mark. Now, if this stock, NNVC, can break the VWAP, a lot of traders could come flying in on this play right here. If this stock cannot break the VWAP, what's going to happen? It's most likely going to turn, come back on down below $16, and then it's going to look to come back on up. So that's definitely very important that we're watching and that we're all aware of. So it's trying to fight that. But I honestly do think NNVC has a ton of potential today. Like, I am going to be looking to trade NNVC throughout the whole entire day. I really will be. Because I think, at some point today, we're going to see that pop. We're going to see that move. We're going to see that explosion, that rip, that run, that hot sauce. Ow! Right here, guys. We're gonna make this Friday nice and good. If we see the stock, drop on off even more, though, we can look for those very, very low bottom entries. But honestly, bottom support, we want this, down low below $16. So for a bounce play, we are looking below that $16 range at this time. You see it turning a little bit at the VWAP. So you see it, guys, getting turned a little bit at that VWAP area. And I'm just kind of keeping my eyes peeled on this, seeing how low this play is going to be going towards and going from there. But it's really, again, guys, it's the NNVC show. I think we can all, say that NNVC right here, this is the one that, volume is at, people are looking at. But what's the crazy thing? I mean, let's take a trip down memory lane right here. If we take a trip down memory lane, what are different times that NNVC has spiked? We're looking at a 10-minute time frame. NNVC has spiked from $11 up to 13, or up towards around $13, 12.85 at 12:30 p.m. So that's during lunch hours. We have also seen NNVC spike at 3 o'clock towards the last hour of the day, where the stock has gone from 12.80 or right around that $13 range, 12.90, all the way up towards around that 16.50-ish mark. We have also seen NNVC spike right here at around 12.20, where NNVC has gone from $5 all the way up towards around 6.72. So we have seen NNVC spike a ton over lunch hours. Have we not? So today may not be any different. We may see a spike on NNVC around 12:30 today. It may not get the move right now. We may not see the best, spike right now at the moment. But in 2 hours, NNVC has a little bit of notice right around the 12 o'clock mark, or sometimes even 10 o'clock. We do start getting those rips and runs. So that is a little bit of a crazy thing to see. Absolutely. I would say again, if anything, maybe bottom dip buys super super low for maybe a $12 or a 12 o'clock rip and run. How are the markets doing today, ladies and gentlemen? Markets, guys. Today is like it's actually looking like this is like the first time the markets are actually starting to turn. Right, the market's all the way up at 333. I'm sure we'll see a little pop back up towards around the 330 area. But I mean, things are definitely getting, I would say, watch your little drops, in the near future, where the SPY right here, could easily fall off. So I would say watch for a little pop back up towards around the 330 mark in the future. But then I would say, definitely look for maybe some puts contracts on anything, along those lines. So definitely keep that on watch. Other than that, NNVC, I do think, again, the stock is going, I personally think we're going to see $20 plus at some point today. I do. I do think at some point today, we will be seeing like $20 plus. But that may not be until either lunch hours or that may not be until this afternoon. I think the most important thing is to just really watch this play and see if it can get that crazy volume and that crazy hype. And I know some of you guys, again, I know some of you guys have to wrap things up on Fridays. You guys got things to do. What do you have to do? I mean, that's all personal business. Some people travel. Some people just want to start their weekend off. Some people are having a Super Bowl party, right? But I want to make sure that I am here for this. And even if it doesn't rip, that's okay, right? It's like I have two different options when it comes around 11 o'clock. When it comes around 11 o'clock, I have two different options. I can either say, hey, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to come back Monday. And what am I going to do? Go outside, go to the store. I could do all that stuff later, right? I have my whole day free today, which I took off because I know NNVC has a lot of potential. If it does nothing, okay, there's no harm done. But I'm not going to be lazy and just say I'm going to, leave and just go lay in my bed for the next, 4 hours and possibly miss out on $10,000 in profit. Yep, AK-47. Everyone check out the Stud and Dud podcast for sure. AK-47 is so supportive of our chat and our community. Go ahead and check that out. Little side note right now, NNVC trying to move on up just slightly at this moment. So it's still trying to get a little bit of that pop right here over on NNVC. It's still trying to get a little bit of that pop and still trying to get a little bit of that movement. 1750 is going to kind of be the area that it's going to be looking to break. If it fall, and it is currently above. It is currently above the VWAP area. Now, 1750 is not an easy area that's going to be able to get above. But right now, it is above the VWAP. And if it can stay above the VWAP, that's when we could see a very nice breakout. That's where we could see a very nice move. So let's watch this here. So right now, guys, we have NNVC currently coming up towards that 1750 mark. 1750, very tough resistance line. We can see a few areas in the past right along 1750 where we haven't been able to get above it. And you can see when we do come up towards around 1750, the bids also retreat. Now, as we talked about, the bids are where people are willing to buy the stock at. So if we are looking at the bids and we see everyone retreating as the stock comes up towards around 1750, and now the bids are down towards 1730 or so, that shows a little bit of weakness. Right now, we're starting to see a little bit of a push, and the bids are currently at 1751. Now, if the bids, go 1760, 1770, that shows that buyers are in control and that people are trying to push the stock on up. I am not in at this time. We do have two 19K orders, though. Two 19K orders at 1760, and that could definitely help the stock, continue to push. So right now, people are trying to get excited about this play and trying to get this play going. But every single time you see the bids go a little bit, you do see what? The bids retreat a little bit. So the bids, do retreat a little bit at this time. So right now, NNVC still testing. Still testing. I am not in at this time. Just a little heads up for you guys. I haven't touched anything yet. I definitely want to be trading NNVC, but at this time, I'm still 0 out of 0. But I'm giving everyone that heads up that I do want to be trading NNVC today. Right here again, you can just see the bids are having a little bit of a battle. They are winning right now, though. As long as they stay above that 1750 mark, they are winning. Yep. As always, guys, make sure you guys add your tickers. That's one of our chat rules. To always keep it nice and clean. To have your tickers, so everyone knows what stock you're talking about. But I know everyone's talking about NNVC, but at the same time, just make sure that you guys are always adding your tickers towards it. But I am not in at this time yet, guys. I'm looking still for maybe that super low drop. I know right now, again, the stock is all the way up towards around that 1750 mark. But if this stock ever came all the way back down towards lows of the days, or even lower than that, all the way back on down towards $15 or so, I think that could still be a great entry. And I really do, because this stock is so hot. This stock has so much potential. Regardless, there's going to be bounce plays. Right now, I know we're not even concerned with the bounce play. I know we're more concerned with the breakout. A lot of traders are looking for a breakout here. We're above the VWAP area. The stock is trying to consolidate to get that move. But I think when the breakout comes, personally, I think it's going to be explosive. Like when on a stock like NNVC, when the breakout comes, I think the breakout is going to be you hit 1750. I want to see 1850 within a few seconds. And that could still happen. Maybe it's going to happen at the $18 area, but you can see bids are still dropping a little bit. But I think when it does happen, it's going to be explosive and it's going to just be wild, a little bit of craziness out of nowhere. And what do we know, guys? When NNVC moves up, so are other plays, right? So a couple of you guys are talking about VXRT. Why does VXRT look like it's the same pattern as NNVC? Did anyone catch that? So why does NNVC have this U-shaped pattern right here? And why does VXRT have this U-shaped pattern right here? Well, they are all in the same family, all in the same category. This is healthcare plays, coronavirus plays. If NNVC guys, starts dropping, run over and watch VXRT, because this is probably going to have a red candle coming on up. And why is that going to have a red candle coming on up? Because NNVC is basically leading the parade here. Okay, so NNVC is leading the parade as the leader of the coronavirus plays. Right now, we are starting to get a little bit of that drop. Still trying to hold up right here. Rapid, as always, the most insane profits ever. So again, shout out, boss. Way to keep on killing it. That's why you're a top trader. It's absolutely destroying it at all times. If you guys, and again, that is absolutely huge. I had a pretty decent trade yesterday. If you guys have not watched it, please go do so. $6,910 in profit. Live trade. Make sure you guys go check that out. Did buy a webcam so I can record my face while trading as well. And I've been doing that all morning, recording. So if I hop in on something, I'll be able to post it as well. So I'm still looking for this drop. Kind of for those bottom areas. I didn't get the last bottom bounce. Didn't get that last bottom bounce. I know Top Gun was the one who really nailed that one. Yeah, make sure you guys go through those profits and profits chat. I know a lot of people always just post, profits over in talk chat. Post them over in profit chat as well. Traders get excited about that.
The mic wasn't even on. So, let me start over. I'm going to finish the day here. I was sitting there narrating this whole time. Man. So, I'm going to finish the day here because I'm annoyed. Internet keeps dropping. It's probably going to drop while I'm narrating here. CBLI, an alert went off as I was talking about the trade I originally made on it. So I hopped in, made a couple $100 back. It might keep going. I don't know. I'm aggravated because I started the day up 4,100 and now I'm only up 1,100. So it's super annoying. But I mean, the first trade I took, CPSH, yeah, CPSH. You know, I jumped in right here at the last second of this candle. It hops over this candle, pops up. I'm up like 400 bucks. Internet drops. When it comes back up, it's like right in this range here, and I'm like, well, maybe it'll pop back up, and it dropped all the way down. So I got out, $1,400 loss. The next trade, TRXC. It hit this. It was on the scanners, hitting the Momo scanner, and I jumped in right here at the top of this candle. It pops up here. Didn't hold. Very low volume. I mean, 20,000 that candle, 25,000 that candle. It was just very low float. And I was just thinking that maybe other traders would see it and hop in. It would shoot up to like 150. Didn't happen. Got out for $120 loss. Whoops. CBLI, which you just seen. I took a quick trade on it. Ooh, wow, it is actually been pretty decent, but whoa. Let's see. Volume there, and there was good. Is it gonna get another push? I mean, it looks almost straight up on the 5-minute. Give it a second here. Looking a little weak. You get the bids back above 430. Got a little spread on it. There we go. Oh, nice. I'll hop in there. I don't know how many times I just hopped in, but oh no, it's not even halted. Oh, I thought it was going to get halted. Oof, that sucks. Literally looked like it was getting halted. Let's see that break at 460. Nope, it's not going to happen. Wow, that was terrible. Oh. There was a huge bidder come in at the break of 440 there. Are you serious? What is my average? 52. Alright, there we go. $5,000 shares. I mean, what's... Seriously. Now I'm in the red, $170. So, yep, I'm done. Damn, I thought it was getting halted there. So excited to be in the CBLI halt, but oh, super annoying. Super. Started up $4,100, lost 5,000, or 41 to 4,300. Well, I'm not even going to go over the rest of the trades. They were terrible. I lost money. I lost a lot of money today. That's it. End of story. So, thanks everybody who stuck around and watched me trade. I'm going to watch CBLI for a little bit after, cut this off. But, yep, see, here it goes for another little push. You know what? I'm gonna go big on it. I'm just gonna go big on it. Okay. Let's see what happens. So much volume starts coming through right at the high of day. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Alright, I'm going to end the stream here.